Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, Talk Tuesday. Really, Stella? That's where we wormy worm. We're at the straight road. It is warm today, not too warm quite yet, thankfully. Some of you guys might know, but if you're new to the channel, I do have a water spot where I take them if it gets too hot. But I made the judgment call sort of on the drive here that we were okay. And I may as well talk a little. Okay, before I get any further, head count 13 today. Who do we have? We've got Rosa, Stella, and Cosmo up in the front there. Rowan. There's Tucker, Maggie, Archie, Newton, Bailey, Hamish, Rory, Willow, and Nova. Let me just drop a marker here for a sec so I can get that on our way back. All right. And let's talk about heat, since we're approaching that sort of season change. Now it's been sort of mild for the past little bit, which has been fine, but when we start, I don't know whoever's watching where you're from. If you're not from Ottawa gets pretty stinking hot in the summer, and it's so humid. So like we'll get a temperature of, say, like right now I think it's 23 or something Celsius, and then you add in the humidity and all of a sudden it's 30 degrees. It's not my favorite. It's like the wind chill in the winter. Okay, out, all of you, go on. But there are like certain things I consider when deciding where we're... Hamish, that's just rude. When deciding where we're gonna be. Part of the reason I like this particular stretch so much, right, safety wise, I can see all the way up and all the way down. It's very hard to surprise me here. I'm not going to say that hasn't happened. I've definitely had cyclists not ring a bell, not let me know, and they just come whipping up behind me, but that's really rare because this isn't really a path to anywhere. Okay, go get some water. Did you already get some? Newton, come here. Go get some water. Go get some water. He is being so weird today. Okay, we've got a couple. But this stop right here is one of the reasons that I'm okay too. God, was I pointing you guys at asphalt? My apologies. Is one of the reasons that I'm totally fine walking here is because at regular intervals there's water. And the dogs are smart enough, like if they are getting too hot, they will go and get their feet wet. Now, are there places that are mud? Really? Baby, you're causing a traffic jam. Go. Newton, get going. So even if it's a bit muddy, I honestly would rather a muddy dog than an overheated dog. So I don't mind if they really need to. And I do spend the spring teaching them which water holes I'm okay with and which ones I'm not. And they do tend to stick to that for the most part, even just regular walking. Like I don't have to tell them that. So we don't, oh, shrub. This little one is hysterical. She loves just meandering through the tall grass. Nova, get going. Oh, Stella. And you're, of course, not going to do it now. Hey, cuz. Good boy. Go on, him. All right. See, so, like, up here, just past this big tree, there's another water spot. The Nova wormy worm. So, like, the first thing I sort of evaluate is which dogs I have. Bailey. So, certain dogs are better equipped to deal with the heat. Like, Bailey does not care. Even you might think dogs that have a heavier coat, like a retriever, would struggle more. Good girl, Nova. Today, Tucker. Or Tucker, for example, because, like, he has husky in him. But actually, generally speaking, double-coated dogs have their own cooling system, basically. And it's like it comes with the way that their hair grows. So typically they're okay. Even looking around Like, I'm not gonna take them all the way to the end like I normally would, because closer to the end of this trail, there's no water and it's just in blaring sun. So instead, I will just take my time more walking a shorter distance. So like, I walk slower, they're still running around. And there, my dog. Whoa! Thank you. Good girl. So, and even though there is panting, right, there's not excessive panting. No one is walking like with their head down. No one is showing any true indications of being too hot. The ones that are panting, like Rowan, who's currently playing with Willow. What is happening? Willow, no barking. You're gonna get slammed and it's gonna be your own fault. By slammed, I just mean like Rowan torpedo to the side. Bailey. Thank you. So yeah, once I evaluate like who I have, then I start to pay attention to the puppies, the seniors, and the small dogs first. And because those are the ones that will show indications of weather issues before anybody else. Like the older dogs know how to cope with it, know how to deal with it. But like, as you can see, she's totally fine. Willow's totally fine. Hamish is a little warm. I might send him in water. But he's also like, his nickname is Sir Blackleg, and that's because he has no hesitation and in fact seems to enjoy. Newton, go! Go on. Oh God, Bailey. Seems to enjoy going up to like halfway up his side in mud. This is his joy, his purpose in life. And he definitely doesn't hesitate about it. Oh, do we hit play? Almost. We almost had a play. Newton, go! I don't know what's going on with that kid, but he's pretty determined to be like in my shadow at all times. So, oh, he's gonna go hide in the shade. That's fine. That's the other thing about this terrain when it comes to the weather. Like, sure, we're walking on asphalt, yeah, but there's plenty of grass where they can go in if their feet are getting too hot. Like, again, dogs are pretty smart. So if Rowan, stop being a jerk. If they are too hot, they are going to show me and they are going to work towards cooling themselves off, right? So, for example, the worms in the tall grass, they will go in the shade. Like, there's plenty of shade options here that they can go and hide in. They would be reluctant to sort of like keep up with me, if that makes sense. So like, I would see them go and lay down in the grass and they're just not really into following me, and it's like, okay, it's probably time to turn around. Some of them will even like come up to me, bump me, and start heading towards the car. They go a couple steps and be like, you coming? But they do that because they know that I will listen to that sort of communication, right? Willow, Arosa, and my dog. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go to the last bit of water here, and then we're gonna turn around. I use the term water loosely. It's pretty dirty water, but then I send them in the cleaner water before we get to the car. So my car isn't so bad. So yeah, and the other thing to keep in mind, right, like I walk as early as I can. I would have been earlier this morning, but traffic was just a nightmare. So I always try to walk early in the morning. And then I also carry extra water in the car. Like, I have a couple gallons of water in the car. There they go. That's where the water is, you can tell. Newton, go get some water. Go, go, go. She's just completely oblivious. I don't know if you can hear that splashing, the splishy splashy that's happening. Good. Okay, Cosmo doesn't always go in the water, so it's nice when he does. Willow's in there. Here comes Newton. Good boy, Newton. So I'll basically just wait here until they seem comfortable again. Good. And then I will turn around. So distance is shorter. Time is a little bit shorter. I'm not like, I don't 110% stick to exactly so many minutes every walk. Typically we go the same distance. Oh, zoomies. Crazy zoomies. The chaos. Oh God. Cosmo, not that one. You know. I warned you, Willow. Grab a Rowan by the tail. Hey, Bailey, Rowan, Cosmo. Uh-huh. Here we go. Really good? Oh, my Lord. Okay, well, at least you're cool. Not too bad on Stella. Anyway, so those are basically the things I look for. 25 degrees is around where I just make a judgment call. If it's like, if my car says it's 26 degrees or above, I just automatically go to the water because I'm not messing with that. Oh, they're in fine form today. Crazy beans. And you can certainly tell, like, the heat is starting to affect them. I mean, maybe you won't be able to, but Rowan is moving slower, if you want to believe that. Tucker is like, peace, I'm headed to the car. Y'all let me know when you catch up. And like, see how Archie is sticking closer to me. He's like, oh no, she noticed, run away. Who do I have? I've got dogs back here, just chilling. So that lets me know, like, they're good. They've hit exercise. And now mostly we're ready to head back to the car. Like, it's not just I have to judge when they're done. I need to judge when they still have a little more in them. So that we can make it back to the car. Having had to carry a dog to the car before, 0 to 10 would not recommend. Now that was not because of heat, but still 0 to 10 would not recommend. Since then, I have gotten a sling that I carry if I need to carry them, but that was Tucker, and that was at a different spot. Cosmo, what are you doing? He's like, I don't even know. Yeah, so if you find, like, if you can't walk in the mornings, how you doing, little roar? You okay? Okay. Even in the evenings is better than during the heat of day. Like, usually 3 p.m. is the hottest point of the day. There's another water spot. You can see them helping themselves. And that's what I want. Like, I want them to get their feet wet, and that is what helps them regulate temperature. Not panting, though panting does do some things. I don't know who it was that started the rumor that, like, dogs panting and, like, drooling, the drooling is like their sweat. That's not a thing. Really, you want them to get their feet wet. Even if you can, if you're taking them out on a walk yourself, take a second and hose them down before you go. Especially their legs. Archibald, that's a no from me. Thank you. Especially their legs, belly, in between their shoulder blades. I've had people ask me about cooling vests before. Now, I do have 2 dogs that are known for not dealing with heat well. Like English Bull Terriers. Rowan, out! Get a move on. you're fine if this is where you want to stay, kid, but English Bull Terriers, Frenchies are the same. They just do not deal with heat well. I do not use cooling vests, and the reason is even something, Rowan, even something that's wet, if it's covering you, can still have you overheat, right? I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but like putting on a wet shirt is great in, I don't even know what that bird was, in the moment. Like it cools you off in the moment, you're all happy and stuff. I personally, after a little while of wearing that shirt, I'm still getting hot, because even though the shirt is wet, you're not getting the same, like when your skin is wet and the water evaporates, that's what makes you feel cool. That's why we sweat, right? We sweat, that evaporates, that's what cools us off. So putting water on your skin, same thing. Splashing yourself with water, water evaporates, that's what's cooling you off. If you put a shirt there, that's just making me more hot. Because like, sure, it's wet, but I'm still wearing a shirt. So I sort of apply the same to the dogs, right? Sure, it's wet, but it's still something that's going to hold the heat in. So, okay, you especially, go get some water. Go on. No, you're nasty. Go. Go on. Newton, you are getting in this water. Newton! Go get some water. No. Okay. I'm going to have to deal with this because I'm going to have to rinse off his legs, as you can see. I hope that all made sense for you guys. If, as usual, if you have any questions, just let me know. If you have a second to like, comment, and subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. And otherwise, I will talk to you soon. Cheers.